Morning guys, and I'm filming today. Well, I've had to come to see a client who lives in the little hamlet, this is it, of La Cinta, where you've got two wonderful bars. Most of you probably know this area, the famous Dora's bar, and then the bar La Cinta right in front of it. Now I thought, well, I haven't done a drive through for ages, so what I'm going to do today is I've got to go now to take on a new property in the Los Carrascos community, which many of you know, and there's again a very handy little cut through, if you like, that saves me going back from La Cinta and also the community of El Rincon, which we'll drive through in a minute. Saves me going back into Arboleas town or up to the main roads in Albox by taking this little cut through. So you can see it here, little cluster of Spanish houses as you leave La Cinta. Now there's not really many villas in the location of La Cinta. In El Rincon different, that's a villa community, a small one, very pretty, very established, well known for the beautiful Castillo restaurant, which you can just see there in the distance. But this is a very handy little cut through that kind of avoids all the roundabouts, the busy roads and the speed bumps and stuff like that. So getting to show you Arboleas like a local again. It's ages since I've done one of these and it's kind of really nice, but gosh, check it out. This is December. Look at those beautiful blue skies. It's hitting 16 degrees. It feels a lot warmer. I came out this morning. It's very cool now in the mornings and it can get quite sharply chilly of an evening, but in the days it's been absolutely beautiful. And speaking to an old Spanish farmer friend of mine over the weekend, we're scheduled for beautiful sunshine all this week, which is marvellous. Sorry about that, you guys in the UK and Belgium and Holland, because I know it's not been particularly good over there recently. I know that's not just weather-wise as well. But they are, you can see, look, you know, we've left La Cinta and I'm on this kind of lovely countryside lane. Now there is another little cut through that literally goes through some orange and lemon groves, but if you're in a car, this is the far better route travelling between the two hamlets, because it's very tight little road down there, often donkey or a horse on the middle of the track, and if a vehicle comes in the opposite direction, it's nigh impossible to get through. So there you go, literally 1 minute. We've kind of left La Cinta and we've now arrived in what is the community known as El Rincon. The Castillo is just to my right up above me as we go around the little headland there, but what I'll do is I'll just drive through a little part of the, I mean, it's not the biggest by any means, probably around, I'd say, 100 villas. Some of these are lucky enough to be in rambler front positions, and also in between them there's little clusters of beautiful, sometimes fully reformed village houses, which are very popular with expat buyers, and some very large ones as well, with swimming pools and stuff. But you can see it's kind of very narrow little streets as you drive through here, and it can be a little bit daunting at first, but don't let it put you off. You know, it's once you come onto the villa streets, you know, you can see this is a lot wider. And the big building on the top there is the owners of the Castillo, and you can just see the Castillo coming to sight now. The very, you know, right, deservedly so, very popular bar restaurant, that one. Seats a very good number of people. They've got private dining room, a great big undercover terrace dining room, an open terrace. Do a wonderful breakfast, but, you know, main courses, evening meals. So literally that is the outskirts. We've come through there of El Rincon, which translates as the corner in Spanish. You often see lots of bars called Rincon del something or Rincon this, and it means the corner of. So as you see, you know, you've got a cluster, so villa and then a lovely row of beautiful older reformed properties. Most of those have got swimming pools and stuff like that. You can't see them because they're discreetly tucked behind kind of privacy walls. And then back onto the road I just came out of La Cinta on, and let's take a drive now and time it over to the community of Los Carrascos, a very popular community which many of you know. But as you can see, you know, this is great in that I have actually walked this. I wouldn't recommend it. You've got to be kind of a certain fitness level, and I picked to do it on a bloody July day and forgot my bottle of water. But it took me about, I think, 35 minutes to walk between the two, which was fairly good going, and then back round to town. But it's much more pleasurable and a lovely drive in a vehicle. You're not going to pass much oncoming traffic here at all, so a lot quicker in terms of time and a lot more peaceful, if you like, than going on the main roads where you're going to be stuck behind kind of sometimes tractors, people all heading to the supermarket, taking kids to school, and you can drive along this and you won't bump into a single other vehicle. We might today because they're harvesting olives at the moment actively, and the citrus crop as well is being harvested just in time for Christmas. Now look, you can see a little car parked in on the left hand side here. Well, that'll be a trailer behind, so they'll be tending their olive groves and harvesting the olives down to the press. Sorry if the camera's a bit shaky. I've never filmed this road obviously before and done driving one-handed along it, so it's got to have your wits about you. I'm going up to well, I've already listed the villa actually. It's a beautifully newly refurbished property called Villa Rossell on the website. I've done the photographs, it's already live, and I'm going to go up and finish off a video because I didn't get the chance on Friday when I listed it. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to do this little film for you as well. I don't know if this little road's on Google Maps, I'm not sure. I don't think it is. I think if I looked on Google now I'd be driving through a field when obviously I'm on a kind of perfectly nice tarmac lane. It genuinely looks like you're in the middle of nowhere, doesn't it? But you're not. You're literally nipping between the top road that comes out of Arboleas town, which has changed dramatically since I did the last film. So maybe in the new year I'll do some new footage. They've been busily resurfacing, widening roads. There's a new roundabout now at the top of Arboleas town, so you hit that and you have to decide to turn left or right, whereas before you could just go straight ahead. Just makes it that little bit more safer. And there you can see that's Los Carrascos. But a little bit more drive yet before we hit the road where we can turn. There's a little cluster of old houses there, and you can actually cut through them and go into the heart of Carrascos. And I remember kind of 18 years ago, a friend of mine bought one of those houses and had a pond with ducks and rode a horse, and none of these villas were there. Then all of a sudden Los Carrascos sprung up around and kind of stole his peaceful haven, I suppose, but then that's progress. I think we're up to about 3 minutes so far. So if I'd have gone the other way, one, it would have taken me a lot more time. I've got a lot more traffic to negotiate. I've got God knows how many more speed bumps and everything else on the route. So this is a very handy little kind of cut through. Known to the locals well. And here we are, there's the main road in front of us, so just 4 minutes to cut across, turn right here, and literally you'll see how close we are to Los Carrascos. If I turn left there, I'm down into the main town in 1 minute, and if I turn right, I'm in Los Carrascos in 1 minute as well. You can see it there. I'm smiling like a Cheshire cat because I'm actually cooking filming this with the sun glaring through the window. I can't really see what's in the camera because I've got the sun right in my face now.